TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelican, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Who That family, check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
Weakside defense play into this loss?
Yeah, the turnovers really hurt us. And I spoke to our guys in the locker room about it. When we're playing a team as good as Phoenix, once again, our margin for error is small. And that's okay. It just means that we have to execute even better. And we didn't do it for 48 minutes. There were times that we did it and it looked great. And then times where we had live ball turnovers and they capitalized on those opportunities.
What was your message to the locker room after this one in terms of getting ready to go on the road and face some tough opponents?
My message was, look, don't hang our heads. We're in a great spot. We went out and competed tonight. We played hard, but we made some mistakes. And we'll get back to practice and watch film and try to clean up some of those things. We also we're grateful to have CJ back, but he's knocking off some rust as well. And it's just a part of adjusting. And now we got to go on the road and try to go get 2 games.
I think big key, end of the second quarter, end of the third quarter, you had 2 very good runs in both quarters to get it to within striking distance. And it seemed the last 60 seconds of each quarter, they were able to extend the lead back. The end of the quarters were really key in this game.
Yeah, it was. And that's what good teams do. They start games well and they end quarters well. And it's an area, especially with our young group coming in, that we just have to be solid and, something we'll work on.
Is there anything you can put your finger on as far as why there's just been some inconsistency in the defensive end in these games out of the All-Star break? It just seems like, some games you come out and defend really well. And then, there's just some valleys too.
I'll take full responsibility for whatever it is with us. We come out of All-Star break, we're doing well. We're locked into our game plan, and it's just an area that we have to keep working on. And when we play the other night, we look great, and then tonight, not so great. So no matter who we play, that gives us a chance to win games if we can get stops, and we didn't do it tonight.
Yeah, and Greff just talked about it a little bit, but I think it was a 6-point game with like 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Booker got the N1, the 3. Just how significant were those 2 buckets in this game?
Those are buckets that, like you guys are saying, it is demoralizing because you're right there. You're looking to get over the hump, and then he comes down and hit a couple shots like that. So, those are areas that we'll just continue to learn and grow and watch film and just keep getting better from there.
Yeah, what did you just kind of see from CJ in his first game back?
I thought he was fine. A little rusty, to be expected. Had some turnovers that are uncharacteristic of him, but it's a part of missing, 3-4 games would have you, and then coming back and trying to get it going after having no practices. So, hopefully he uses this game to knock off some rust. It may still be the same in San Antonio, and then, he'll get rolling soon.
And is there anything in particular you feel like you guys got to address on the defensive end, a consistent theme in any of these games?
We have to be better in our pick and roll coverages more than anything. Just high hands up, forcing teams to have to skip the ball, and then trying to get deflections and not letting them. Too many times they just whip the passes to the corner and they got open threes because of it. But overall, it was really our turnovers. It just hurt us. 17 turnovers, 33 points off of our turnovers. That's a killer against a really good team. Thank you.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned in to Pelican Post Game Report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate y'all for tuning in this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. The Pels, they go down with a loss in this one, man, as this one's called Pelicans flattened by the disciplined Suns, 131-115. Not looking good, man, not in this one. But much love to the flock. Appreciate y'all joining us for this installment of the show. Please feel free to hit upon the like button. Pelicans go down. Not looking too good, man, in these matchups. So with that being said, I'm Big Q. We got DC chiming in on this episode of the show. Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all being with us. 131-115. Pelicans go down to a very good team. And like the standings will indicate, family, this team is the best team in the Western Conference for a reason. And they don't have Chris Paul, the best point guard, but you see how they play. They're very disciplined, very smart, very opportunistic, and you got to be on your P's and Q's when you match up with the Phoenix Suns. Of course, we were shorthanded without BI, but good basketball play. We were in this game. We were in this game until defensive breakdowns and all this other kind of stuff was happening. We even missed free throws tonight. So it was several different melodies that really contributed to the Pelicans falling out of this one. DC, let's talk about it.
Yeah, definitely, man. The Pels flew too close to the sun. That's what it was. We got our ass burned. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. We knew this was going to be a tough matchup. CJ came back. He wasn't quite all the way on it. You know what I mean? Too many turnovers for CJ, man. It didn't look like he, back to full speed so fast. So that's understandable. But we just couldn't execute, man. We couldn't execute, couldn't hold on to the ball. That's basically what cost us this game. I mean, I think they scored something like 31 points off of turnovers on us. Or it might be more than that. But that's basically what 33 points off of turnovers, man. We had 17 turnovers. Like the team we have, we're supposed to be the team doing that to you. So we got a little dose of our own medicine tonight, man. You see what we got a little bit of our style from, and they obviously know how we want to play. We know how they want to play, vice versa. And it was just too much to overcome without having BI out there. I honestly believe if they had BI out there, we wouldn't have seen so many turnovers, and we probably been able to win this game.
Let's get into it. The statistics is staggering what Phoenix was able to do to the Pelicans. You look at what they did. The Pels, 43 of 86 for 50%, 12 of 34 from downtown, 35.3%. You look at the Suns. The Suns shot 54.4%, 49 of 90, and 18 of 34 for 53% from downtown. So 54.4 from the field and 53% from downtown. Then people hit every one of their free throws. 15 for 15 for 100%. You look at the Pelicans, 17 of 24 from the charity stripe for 71%. They did collect 45 rebounds versus 34, 13 offensive boards. Pelicans had 29 assists versus 35 by the Suns. 9-7 the steals, 1 by the Suns. Pelicans 4-2 on the blocks, 33 points, and of course 17 turnovers by the Pelicans. Coach Willie talked about that. 9 only by the Suns. 9 turnovers. 54.4% shooting from the field. 53 points, 53% shooting from downtown. 15 of 15 from the charity stripe. Only 9 turnovers versus the Pelicans. 17 turnovers. 33 points given up versus 13 by the Suns. 16 on the fast break, points in the paint, 56 of 48 Pelicans. led by as much as 9, as the largest lead by the Suns was 23. So the Pelicans were competitive to a point, and then the Phoenix Suns just stepped on them and moved past them. Very good team. And you can see the statistics speak out. So, DC, let's talk about the statistics. Which ones you like or don't like?
Yeah, I was about to say I don't really like any of them, but the two that jump out is obviously the 17 turnovers. As I spoke before, there's no way you're going to be able to turn the ball over 17 times against the Phoenix Suns and allow them to capitalize at the same time and think you're going to win that game. It's just not going to happen, man. As you stated starting the show, they're very disciplined, and every time we turned the ball over, they made us pay. Shit, they was making us pay when we took bad shots. Some of the bad shots we were taking were like turnovers, and that's a big reason they got 131 points. Also, on top of that, you have the free throw percentage. Obviously, they only took 15, but they made 100% of them. We got more free throw attempts than them, but we couldn't capitalize on the ones we got. And there were a lot of fouls left on the table. They kind of was letting them play tonight. A lot of times you've seen CJ getting fouled. I'm not gonna miss a fucking air ball unless somebody hit me. Yeah, that's Mr. McCullough said, and he's right. But what you gonna do? You got to keep balling, man. But the other stat that I would say stands out is obviously the 3-point shooting. We took the same amount of 3-pointers as them, and they hit them at a 50% clip while we hit them at 35. And my thing with that is, if we not shooting the 3-ball good, man, we got to cut them down, man. We got to keep them in the 20s because you just can't take that many 3-point shots and you're not hitting them. It actually starts to hurt you instead of help you, as I alluded to earlier. Some of those shots, turned into long rebounds that basically turned into fast breaks. It was almost like a turnover. Then it turns into points. So just things like that, man, and just the fact that I think the rotations too. I thought we played a lot better when we started Najee. I know this ain't in the stats. Najee or Trey Murphy or something. I don't like Devonte Graham starting. It just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Definitely can't work with CJ. You can't have two guys that aren't great defensively. CJ isn't bad defensively, but obviously he's coming back from COVID, so it's a little rough on him tonight too. But you can't have him and Devonte Graham back there, man. I mean, look at it. It turned into 131 points. I understand we played the Rockets the other night, but I just thought we had some type of synergy or energy going on with different people in the rotation. And I would like to only see CJ be the change to that rotation and subbing him out for Devonte. Just curious to see what that would have looked like.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think I know. I see and we've talked about this before. About Devonte Graham is a big part of the success of this team. If he doesn't bring it, it's just not going to look right. We talked about that, and Devonte Graham continues to take shots like he's fishing. I mean, like as he jumps into these shots, and it's not like it's like a shooter's feel to the shot. It's like he's taking these shots and hoping they go down. It's not like it's not any synergy there. You can see the shots.
Confidence too. He don't have confidence
into the shots, and it's you could tell when you take the shot and that shot hit. You can tell that he knows what he's doing on. But some of these other shots, it's like he out there fishing for him to. And I'm like,
man, I'm gonna tell you one play I saw, and I was like, oh man, this shit over. Devonte Graham, he kind of dribbled his way, around to the free throw line. He got to the free throw line, and he pump fake. He got the dude in the air,
and then bump into him.
He got the dude in the air.
And then
he couldn't really bump into him because the dude was going sideways, but he got him in the air, wide open shot at the free throw line. I don't even think he took it. Passed the ball.
I don't like. I don't like. He playing like Tim Frazier.
He's not confident, man. So
that boy playing.
I thought it was a cold streak, but at this point, I'm thinking we need to get a sports psychologist on the line or something, bro.
Nah, you better get a goddamn doctor. His shot got COVID. So,
His shot got COVID.
So at the end of the day, long COVID. That's what you call it.
It's long COVID.
Long COVID. Forever COVID. That's what it's shot. Hopefully not. But anyway, let's get into the individual statistics here.
Of course, the top scorer was Herb Jones. He finished the game with 22 points in
Damn.
32 minutes, 7
I'm
and
about to
11.
say DG equals Dollar General. God damn.
Dollar General. 22 points.
Michael Roby, that was funny, bro.
Honeygram. I got you, my dog. Honeygram. 22 points in 32 minutes. Herb was 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown. He was perfect from the charity stripe, wasted his effort. Gave him 22 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals in the matchup to lead the team. And of course, CJ McCollum had 21 and 32 coming back. He was 9 of 17, 3 of 6 from the field. He didn't hit his free throws today, which was surprising. 0 for 2 from there. 21 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and even had a steal for the Pels. And then, of course, the other scorer, third scorer, was Valanciunas. He had 17 points and 12 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal in 30 minutes, 8 of 14 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown as well. And then, of course, you look at his assists. He had 3 assists as he did a little facilitation, 16 from Jackson Hayes in the matchup in 31 minutes. He was 6 of 7, 4 of 6 from the charity stripe, 16 points, 4 boards, and a block by Jackson Hayes. And then, of course, you go down to the bench to get Trey Murphy's 11 points in 24 minutes of action, 3 of 6 from the field. He was 3 of 5 from downtown. So it's 11 points and also hit a couple of free throw shots. He had 11 points and 4 rebounds. Good to see him getting minutes. 24 minutes tonight for him. And of course, you see 2 10-point scores. Billy Hernan Gomez in 12 minutes, efficiently putting up 10 points and 4 boards in the matchup, 5 of 9 from the field. And then Graham, 10 points in 28 minutes, 3 of 11 from the field, 2 of 8.
And he let Trey Murphy also.
2 for 8 from downtown DC, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. Man had 10.7 assists and 5 rebounds, but was 2 of 8 from downtown. Bro, come on, dude. You can't be taking.
Yeah, that ain't gonna get it done.
Jose Alvarado, 19 minutes, nothing shaking for Jose in this. When he had 3 points, he was 0 of 4 from the field. 0 of 2 from downtown, was 3 of 4 from the charity stripe, 3.7 assists and a steal for Jose Alvarado. Najee Marshall played 16 minutes, only 2 points, 3 assists, 3 boards. He was 0 for 2 from downtown, 1 of 4 from the field. And that's the thing that's so maddening about seeing some of these guys. You're seeing Wallace, 16 points in 3 minutes. 16 minutes, 3 points and 2 points. That's what I wish you would have had 16 points to help out. But then, of course, you see Clark, Temple, and Snell not getting any minutes as Wallace is stepping in there. I wonder what's going on with Snell, where he's just been
I'll tell you what's going on with Snell. Snell played 2 games and he gave absolutely nothing. He gave a little defense, but he didn't do anything, man. After shooting the way he was, it wasn't even the fact that he wasn't shooting good. He refused to shoot. He had a bad shooting game, and he just stopped shooting after that. And I don't know. I guess Willie Green's way of getting him back the way he was at is pulling him out right now and making him watch. So that's what's up with Snell. But man, it ain't a whole lot to be excited about other than Herb Jones to me tonight. He was the guy that had the juice, played with the energy, kind of kept us in the game, and just had that intensity, man. He had 22, 5 rebounds, 3 steals tonight. He definitely brought his A game, man. Herb Jones was trying to do all and everything he could, man. Started off the game hitting 2 3-pointers, so big game for him. It'd be an average game, I guess, for somebody who does this every night. But 22 points out of Herb Jones is a pretty damn big game because we don't really look to him for scoring. And that just kind of shows you a lot of the void that we had tonight and what we were missing. We were missing scoring at crucial times and just execution without turning the ball over, man. Just clear, crisp, disciplined execution of the offense. And we weren't able to achieve that. But Herb did look good tonight. And he was doing his damn best to try to make that happen. So other than that, obviously, having our guy back, it's a horrible reunion to bring him back the way we performed, even though, could have lost this game. But I just hate the fact of losing it by 131 to 115. Could have did better than that. But C.J. McCullough came back tonight. He gave 21 on 17 shots, 5 rebounds. 9 assists, with a steal, but them 5 turnovers was killing, man. But CJ definitely looked like he's gonna be right back to himself. I say as soon as the next game. I think his next game may be a big one for him. They seem to respond well off of losses too, especially since CJ's been here. So looking forward to seeing him elevate this to even better stat line the next game, even though 21 points on 17 shots, ain't bad. 9 for 17. Ain't bad at all. But the standard that CJ was playing at, man, we know he could do a lot better because he was playing at a higher level. And the last guy for me, some people might say Big V, but for me, it was Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes has come out here and he just goes through spurts where he plays with a lot of juice and energy. It's kind of hard to maintain because he doesn't do everything himself off the dribble. He doesn't really have a back to the basket game like JV. He just kind of gets his points slashing, cutting, hustle points, different things like that. But he does not miss out on his opportunities when he has them, man. And he's doing this thing in transition now, and it's starting to become a staple to his game. Almost like a little bit of the Josh Hart thing rubbed off on him. You see Najee try to emulate it. Jackson Hayes looked like he was a fan of that school of Josh Hart too, because every time they give him the ball in transition, man, he's just getting better and better with the way he's finishing and the different type of things he's looking to do, not being scared to bring that ball up, dribble it, man. He's not intimidated at all to have that ball in the open court. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. So I thought he did everything that you could expect out of him for us to win the game. So that'd be my third guy. But Big V was a little bit of a disappointment for me tonight. I kind of wish we would have fed him a little more, but I understand, when they try to go to him a lot, balls was getting bobbled around. There's so many we lost trying to get him the ball. And then he was turning it over a little bit too when we actually did get it in that. He didn't have a horrible game, but just ain't nothing to write home about.
Now, this is the type of game where you want Valanciunas to getting off the 25 points in the effort. That's what kind of game you want him to get against the Phoenix Suns.
Well, the Phoenix Suns wouldn't allow us to, get him the ball, man. A lot of times they was playing really good defense.
They did. They really did, and it showed tonight, man. There's a difference there. And like we said, the Pelicans played the best team in the Western Conference standing wise. You can see why this team sitting up there with 55 wins right now at this juncture of the season, because they know how to play basketball. They play discipline. They hit their free throws. They keep their turnovers down. They have shooters that help, and they play really well together. And they got a full team.
And Devin Booker came on hot. That don't hurt him.
Yeah,
either.
and he was pissed off. You see, and he got upset with the calls, and he took it out on the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
The Pelicans also, the Phoenix Suns also have a decent bench that comes in to help to keep leads. Or to
this guy McGee. There's always somebody come out of nowhere.
McGee had a big game against the Pelicans.
JaVale McGee, bro, come in and kill us, man.
Yeah, don't do nothing any other day, but he kicked the Pelican day. So anyway,
and Torrey Craig, who shoots 30% and shot 50% against us. You know what I mean on the three.
That guy was sitting at the 3-point line, wide the hell open, and knocking down shots. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. We got the San Antonio Spurs coming up next. We got to travel out there, family, on the 18th of this month to go talk and see the Pelicans. Man, it's 3 days from now. Pelicans 20.
Thank God, 3 days, man. The BI might be back, hopefully.
Yeah, this family member was asking about BI's status. It's according to the 7 to 10 day time frame. We're getting close to that. It's like between.
I'm gonna tell you what the status is. I ain't read no reports on it. Ain't heard no reports. I'm gonna tell you what the status is. BI is gonna go to shooting around, and we'll see. He's gonna see how he feels. Every time BI get hurt, that's all they tell us. We don't ever know when BI coming back. Gotta wait till after shoot around on Friday, Q, and hopefully he'll be out there. But I think he'll be back Friday. Definitely seeing this game tonight. I'm sure he was pissed, just like he was mad the game before last when we got blew out, and he looks like he's ready to be back out there. Seen him clowning and joking a couple of days ago with Herman Gomez running around, shooting half-court shots and stuff. His injury, I think, is more of a precaution, and they're trying to make sure he stays healthy as opposed to, like, him just hurting every time he's playing right now. So they're just trying to make sure we get him back for this run we about to go on. And I think Friday he suits up, to be honest with you.
The reality is you get BI back, and probably right around the time frame was shortly thereafter you'll see Larry Nance walking up. So don't be surprised you get both of those guys back right around each other.
Might
and
get
really
Larry Nance back Friday too, man. Larry Nance was dunking game before last, so he can't be too far away.
That's what we need. We need some help, man. We really do. Larry Nance and BI coming to the rescue. We'll see, man. Let's move on to the Spurs matchup. 3 days from now on the 18th. Spurs 26-43, 13-22 at home. That's their record. The Pelicans are 28-41 after the loss to Knight. And of course, Ingram averages 23 points per contest. He's the top scorer there for the Pels, 11.4. Big V leads the rebounds, and Ingram says 5.5, even though if you tabulate the assist that CJ has got since he's been here, he is the leader of the team insofar as that's concerned. But anyway, Devonte.
But if you do a retabulation of that,
DC,
him and BI probably should be tied since CJ got here because they both been getting 9 and 8 assists every game.
There you go. All right, thank you for that. All right,
Well,
Murray.
the matchup indicator got us winning. Q, what the hell is going on here?
I'm about to try to.
Is this the what if episode of Disney Plus?
No, this is
The
not
alternate reality or some shit?
Well, I mean, listen, they anticipating. I guess they anticipating BI coming back and a few other things. Look at that injury list right there. The BI is not on it. It says no injured players. So I mean,
there y'all go, family. ESPN got all the facts.
21 points by DeJounte Murray as he leads his squad there. 21 points a game for that fantastic point guard, averaging 9.4 assists per contest in 35 minutes of action. And Jakob Portal is the top rebounder, 9.1 rebounds per game. Matchup indicator gives the Pelicans a 53% chance versus 47.2 by the Spurs. And they're saying no injured players right there. And the Spurs have several players that, according to this, is out. Dougie McBuckets, Romeo Langford, Diop, and Kakuk, which is out for their injury report.
Kakuk,
or whatever the hell.
That boy, what is that boy? A bird? That sounds like some type of parakeet or some shit.
Of course, we look at the Pelicans' last 5 games. It's not looking pretty good. The Pelicans have looked awful, losing 4 before that, then beating up on Houston, then getting beaten up on tonight by the Suns. So can we return the favor to the Spurs, who are chasing us in the play-in race to get there? Of course, you look at what the Spurs done over the last couple of games. They have not looked too good either. So DC, let's talk about this. Being AT&T Center, it's still pop club, and they still are a dangerous team when they are focused and they got their mind together. They do play the Pelicans well. We need to go to San Antonio in the AT&T Center and get one from the Spurs. Can we get it? How can we?
Because they don't have Kakuf, and ironically, he actually leads the team in PER for some reason.
And of course, you look at the matchup predictor. Don't forget that they're throwing that and giving you that too.
And they gave us the matchup predictor. So I'd have been riding the wave this long, man, through this whole losing streak. I kept saying the Pels gonna win, so I can't turn my back now, man. I definitely do feel like the Spurs play us tough. But we do always seem to edge out some of those games against the Spurs. But it's always a dogfight every time we play them. I don't think this game is any different. Obviously, with BI coming back, that would make things a lot easier, if that is true. That would definitely uplift the spirits of the team. I think as well with Zion being out there, you see the vibes are high with everybody. Everybody's just looking for something to cheer for, but there's so much up and down, so much fluctuation in the rotations and different things like that. It's been a tough stretch, man. But Phoenix, a little overmatched. Not so much against the Spurs with a BI out there, but we definitely have to look at this game, man, and clean everything up we did tonight, or we ain't going to stand a chance in hell. You think the Suns are disciplined? Well, so are the Spurs. That's one thing the Spurs are not going to do. They're not going to defeat themselves. Then you got DeJounte Murray coming in. I mean, the brother is damn near averaging triple-double. Everybody's going crazy about what Russell Westbrook did that year. He averaged a triple-double officially. Well, the shit he doing ain't too far off. And, not a lot of people really talk about it. But DeJounte Murray is definitely special. And we seen it last time. He torched us. So hopefully we learned a lot since then and we could change some things up. But he definitely does his thing. And actually, Jakob Poeltl was actually a problem for us. I wasn't expecting that. But he was actually acting as a a nice defensive presence in the post, man. And he definitely was scoring too and causing some of our guys to get in foul trouble. So we gotta look out for that again. Keldon Johnson, Lonnie Walker, Devin Vassell, Mick Buckets, all of those guys, man. Forbes. Well, no, Forbes. Yeah, it's Forbes. Yeah, Forbes is on their team. Yeah, he killed us the other game, not this game, but the game before that. He killed us. So we got to tighten up on all our fundamental things, man, because that's what it's going to take to beat the Spurs. We can't be out there sloppy, loosey goosey on our rotations. I'm gonna be glad that Devonte Graham is out of the starting lineup. Hopefully, Bi comes back. If he doesn't, for us to win this game, we have to take Devonte Graham out of the starting lineup. Like, it's just not gonna work because defensively we're gonna be a liability. We're just not gonna be able to make it happen. You can't have him and CJ in the starting lineup, man. It just don't work. So, execute our defensive game plan. Stick to the fundamentals. Don't turn the ball over. And find a way to do the impossible, which is slow down. There's ain't no shutting him down. DeJounte Murray. That's the engine that makes everything go. Everybody that beats the Spurs, that's what they do. They either neutralize his ability to facilitate or score. And that ultimately opens the door for you to be able to beat the San Antonio Spurs. But you got to play disciplined basketball. You ain't going to beat them no other way.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man, to see how this all shakes because the Spurs, you're absolutely right on that. DeJounte Murray is the straw that stirs the Spurs drink, as I like to use that terminology, but they have a lot of really good players there as well. They're not as talented as years past, but are still a deadly
I
team.
thought you was gonna say he was the boot that kicks the Spurs or something like that.
No, I'm gonna use my drink analogy. But this is a look at the Western Conference playoffs as she stands right now. And you can see the Pelicans sitting at the 10th spot right there at 28-41. There's still a couple games, a game and what is that? A game and a half there?
Yeah, we should be a game and a half back of the Lakers.
And then, of course, you see the Portland team.
They got a tough 8-game stretch coming, though, so I'm sure by default we probably gonna pass up the Lakers, even though we having a rough go at it right now.
Portland also lost, so they kind of hanging back. And of course, you can see the Spurs right there, also on the 2-game slide after Big Cat put that 60 points on their ass the other night. They ain't feeling too good. So yeah, we have to keep climbing, man, and keep fighting. But the reality is, fam, to think about it like this is like we've said, BI ultimately will be coming back soon. The 7 to 10 day window they spoke about is elapsing fast. My count is like between 3 to 4 days remaining. Larry Nance should be coming back real soon. He should be joining the Pelicans as well. He getting close. We ain't been getting too many official injury reports from him, but I promise y'all that you'll see these guys around the same time, and we really need both of them to kick in this playoff push to handle the business, man, for real deal. To be honest with you, man, as Lakers, the Clippers lost too, DC, and we predicted. They're starting to find we seen them starting to deteriorate. We knew that wasn't going to stand.
They can only do so much, man. What the Clippers are doing is amazing. The fact that they're doing what they did, like what they have, they missing their 2 best players. Like, that's insane for them to still be able to play at that level. That just goes to show a lot of credit that we gave to LeBron and that whole run he had over there in Cleveland. Like, the God man was Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue was for real. He's a real coach, and every player that I hear talk about him, they have nothing but great things to say about Tyronn Lue. So shout out to the Clippers, but I hope y'all keep sliding, though, dog. I don't have no hatred and no vitriol for y'all like we do the Lakers, but definitely looking forward to, if it's possible, trying to slide in that 7th spot. But to do that, we got to handle, the 8th spot, not the 7th spot. But to do that, we got to handle our business, man, and be able to topple the goddamn Lakers, who just, it's like we matching them loss for loss, man. When the Lakers go out and look miserable, we say, you know what? Hold my bill. And the Pelicans just go out and find a way to fuck up the momentum that they was building on them. And, tough one to get against Phoenix tonight. But if we could have, that'll put you right at a half game back of the Lakers. And then can you imagine that Spurs game? if you win that Spurs game, not only do you keep somebody who on your heels away, you also get to jump the Lakers. That'd have been great. But this article is obviously going to be better. So go ahead, Q.
Oh, I'm not going to cover it. I'm just showing it that a lot of people are cognizant about what's going on with Devonte Graham, and that he has to, this entire year he has not but broken through that glass ceiling that we anticipate him. And we've said that before, DC. He can't be in the starting lineup if he's not scoring. He can't, because he doesn't play defense.
You said that boy got a firmament over his game.
That boy. That boy, they said firmament, man. You thinking when they said in the Bible.
You brought up a little Bible term.
Yeah, he got a firmament. That boy got a glass ceiling over his head, boy. That boy got a firmament. It ain't nothing soft about that. He can't break through. He had, 120-point game, I want to say. This year is not looking good for Devonte Graham. And a lot of people are starting to notice that Devonte Graham, and we've been saying that the success of the Pelicans, a lot of it depends on Devonte Graham's contribution. He's not really, if he's going to be here next year, and chances are he is, he has to hit that goddamn weight room. You don't see Jose getting pushed around like that. You don't see the Desperado getting pushed around like that. He
was getting shot over tonight, though.
Yeah, but that's different. That's one thing. But not getting pushed through. And if Devonte can't score, then he not, if you don't give anything defensively, he can't be out there if he's not scoring the ball. You got to put him down somewhere. And I know they want to put him out there because he's making $40-something million, but Jose Alvarado has outplayed him.
Well, technically, it's only $11 million this year. Just 11.
Still in all.
Lonzo Ball money.
Still in all, dude. Graham has to give you something more than what he's giving you, or at least give you a steady 13 every night, not 11 here, 2 here, 7 here, 3 here, 4 here, 0 there. I mean, it's just that poor kid's all over the place, man. And I just thought, I don't know. I mean, it's strange. But anyway, fam, listen.
He needs a clear, defined role, man. And like I said, Devonte Graham is playing like absolute horseshit right now. But I'm not ready to fully give up. I'm not ready to give up on him. And I stated my reasons why. Because in his defense, and I ain't trying to make no excuses for him because there's no excuse to play.
About to get saved. What happened? BI and Nance comes is going to save and take pressure off of him scoring. But he's
had to switch his roles about 3 times, during the season. And I just don't think he's a player that can handle that. Obviously, he's supposed to be able to for the money that we paying him. But what does he look like in a steady role all year? Do you think that makes him more consistent? Or he just would be doing the same thing like Big Q doing right now, just staring off into space and shit?
I'm looking around. I'm looking for where DC's point is at. Where's DC's?
No, I'm just asking. Like, my whole point was, if he had a steady, defined role, the same role all year long, and it wasn't changed, because there was a point in time where Devonte Graham was playing pretty good. It was a point. It was a long ass point ago, but it was a point in time where he was playing pretty good. And with a consistent, steady role that fits his skill set.
Well, let me ask you this:
will we see something different from him?
Well, not to cut you off on your.
It's a question.
Your love fest.
I ain't defending shit. It's a question.
But I mean, you already answered the question. This game is answering the question about Graham's production. And that's the problem. Jose Alvarado has been outplaying him. His defense. And
yes, he has.
Tonight, Jose didn't look that good. He was 0 for 4 and 0 for 3, I think, from downtown, 0 for 4 from the field. So,
but even when he does that, Jose still gives so many other things that don't matter.
Playing defense, he's still out there.
He do stuff that don't show up as stats.
Right. So, and then of course Graham out there trying to find the shot. It's not working. And I don't want to put it all on Graham, but he has to really. And you're talking about switching roles. One of the things Graham is really comfortable with is in what he came from with Charlotte is scoring the ball. I mean, he loves to get the ball up and shoot it. He just I mean, that part of the game hasn't changed, DC.
But Kevin said he need a defensive coach and a a bench press coach.
I'm telling you, Stephanie. Stephanie, tell it to DC again.
What we say?
The
DC, the
season-
season is up. No, Stephanie, I'm
Hold
not
on,
saying.
fill out. Say the whole thing.
DC, the season is almost up. So how much more time do he need to get it together?
Thank you, bro.
My
Thank you, Stephanie,
question,
baby.
Stephanie, was a hypothetical one. I'm not holding him accountable. I'm saying if Devonte Graham had one consistent role all year and it never changed away from his skill set and what he's able to do y'all think he would still be going through the same thing? That's basically what I was asking. I ain't trying to make no excuse for him or take nobody off his neck. I just asked a hypothetical question because I think in a certain role, with guys like what Big Q said, with guys, so saving them, like what you said, let's say we got BI, Zion, CJ, and all of these guys back. In a certain role, does Devonte Graham look different?
DC,
Is the question.
Well, let me answer your question by saying this. What role you need to be in to hit free throws from the charity stripe? I mean, what role you need?
Yeah, see, Lonnie gets it. Lonnie said progression isn't linear.
Let me tell you something. This is regardless the patience angle.
You're funny, bro.
The patience angle, it don't play.
The patience is Joe, baby.
Listen, the patience angle don't play, especially when you this late in the season.
All right. Well, let's move past it. Then. Let's move past it.
No, don't, because I got a point to make. I'll let you sit up here and PCDC and turn.
I ain't PC shit. I asked a question.
You PC that question.
I asked a hypothetical question. How is that PC?
You PC that hypothetical.
How did I PC the hypothetical question?
I'm just answering your question by saying, what role you need to be to hit charity stripe.
If I answer my question, what a question?
No, I'm saying this is a hypothetical re-answer question. Can't get that shit out. But what I'm saying is this: is that what role you have to be in to hit free throws? Huh? What role of standing at the free throw line? What role you need to have to make layups or make the correct passes or whatnot when you see them 3-pointers not falling? What sense does it make for a guy to know that he don't have it, but he jacks up 8 3-pointers tonight, and you cold as a cucumber running on out there? You jacked up 8 3-pointers tonight. The thing is, a lot of the family members are faithful. Understand that if he's attacking the basket and he's not making the layups and he's doing that, they can live with that. But jacking up 8 3-pointers tonight, I mean, in 8 attempts at 3, and your shot's not there. That don't make any sense, man.
No, Jose Alvarado said I could shoot, and Devonte Graham said, "Watch this."
Dude, I'm just saying. At the end of the day, Devonte Graham taking 8 attempts from downtown when he was cold as a cucumber, that shouldn't have happened. That's bad. That's bad basketball. That's low IQ basketball. And then of course not hitting the check and going to the free throw line and not hitting the freeze. Man, come on, man. I mean, it's no more excuses for Devonte Graham. He needs to put up and shut up right now. We put a lot of money up on the table for Devonte Graham, and this is almost the damn season that's coming to the end. It's time for him to put up and shut up. My goodness, he getting pushed around in a roster, and his minutes are getting pushed by an undrafted guy out of college, Jose Alvarado.
I don't think he can outplay Kyra at this point, man.
You see what I'm saying? So at some point, that's not going to play. And if Jose's not going to relent, Jose Alvarado is going to continue to get better and better, like we've seen him progressing. He's going to get better and better and better and better. So how long can you keep putting Graham in front of him and he's getting better? They only keeping him that way because Graham's money. Let's keep it a buck. You have 2 smallish point guards operating because of the money. They want it. Like, we're going to keep giving them the opportunity. But he is going to get saved because BI and Nance are going to come back within the same time window, and it'll help take some of the pressure off of him because Nance can perhaps go to the bench and help that out and help fulfill as we move and push forward. And BI helps settle things down a bit and share the load. But that's what I'm saying. Graham it is no more excuses for Devonte Graham. He needs to show up or be shown the door, bro. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. Jose is it's like, and if it is some patience apply, DC at times, if he didn't have anybody behind him pushing him, they can have him to kind of have more of a steadier progression. But you got Jose Alvarado behind you pushing you. He's a better defender. He's more energetic. He's doing this stuff. He's he brings a little bit more than Graham is doing on the defensive end. And let's keep it a buck. Graham is only getting that money because of his offensive game. His offensive game. That's what it comes down to. All right, let's give it to Jan, man. Jan is saying, I know these guys are young, but my eyes don't lie. The Pels seem to have a few low IQ players. He said bad 3-pointers, bad transition on deep, lazy play. It was not good tonight.
Yeah.
And we have to be consistent when what we do. DC, go ahead and reply to that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. But I don't see lazy. I see low IQ. And I guess you could see what low IQ looks like lazy because we see on defense, them on their rotations. But if you watch, that they're making some of the wrong decisions, on these switches and different stuff like that. They're losing players, backdoor cuts and losing where they're at. So you said it a mouthful when you said, I know these guys are young, typical mistakes of young players. But on top of that, you talk about the low IQ guys. We do have some low IQ guys too that they're not thinking the game all the way, or maybe haven't perfected this system to be able to not have to think and still do the right thing. Devonte Graham, like we said, is one of those guys. Ironically, he ain't one of the younger ones, but he takes some bad shots at times. I see him make other good plays too. Or as I see him trying real hard to be a facilitator, but he's a scorer, and he's kind of, to me, like when he gets into that role where he tries to facilitate, it seems like it almost makes it worse. As far as his game, it kind of takes him out of it even more so. And then sometimes he'll have games where he hits some shots and he'll mess around and shoot himself out of the game. You know what I mean? He hit a few shots and then he just think everything gonna go in and start taking, a lot of those shots. So he's definitely a tough shot maker, but ain't high IQ about that. And we see similar things with guys like Najee and Jackson Hayes sometimes. Like they still, as far as IQ wise, still learning to make the right plays. But I'm higher on those guys as far as what I see than what we're seeing from Devonte Graham, obviously, because we have higher expectations for him, especially with the bricks, what you call it, with the one of the Mickey Loomis trucks he got carrying around all that damn money. So you just expect a little bit more out of a guy like that, and especially that you can see the talent level. Like he definitely has talent. He just can't put the talent with the IQ and execution all together at the same time. It's a big mix up there.
Yeah, and I think Coach Willie doing everything he can to kind of be patient with the kid, to kind of bring him along. But yeah, it got to be hurt.
You don't want to kill his confidence, man. I mean, if you just take him completely out and don't play him at all, like he might never recover from that.
Well, I mean, that's a part of the game. You either elevate or disintegrate. The bottom line. You blow up on the luncheon pad, and that seems what Graham is doing, especially when guys are pressuring them. You got to step up. You got to get in the gym and make things happen. That ain't no bottom line.
I want to state one more thing about the Devonte Graham thing, and we can move on. I just want to say one more thing.
Let me say this first. The 3-point percentage for the season for Devonte Graham,
it's like 33.
It's 34.6%.
Yeah,
34.6%.
That's not good when you call yourself a shooter.
Right, and Herb Jones' 3-point shooting percentage is 34%.
Right, but that's about what we expect Herb to be, 34, 35 right now.
Go ahead,
but
DC, the floor is
my thing with Devonte, was I wrong when he had the bench role with BI and CJ McCullough? Didn't he look like he was starting to get better and better at that role where he just came in and all he had to do was score? He was starting to excel at that role. Devonte Graham was coming in and he was giving us good minutes off the bench, man, and creating sparks and stuff at times. He'll have 2 good games and maybe a bad game, you know what I mean, as opposed to 1 good game and 3 bad games. He was starting to slowly, in my opinion, get better. That's why I asked the question earlier, the hypothetical question. You know what I mean? Because I thought still for what we was paying him, you expected more. But that bench role right before BI and CJ got hurt, And when we were playing amazing ball, Devonte Graham was a part of that, man. He was definitely helping the team and not hurting us at that time.
Well, I mean, right now he's just in a position, he's in a place where he needs to get out of it, man. He need to hit the gym, bro. He need to find his shot again, man. That's what it comes down to, man. So I mean, he got work to do, man. And why? Because I guarantee you, Jose Alvarado's in the gym. Jose Alvarado in there hitting the weights, he in there playing, understanding the scheme, he in there playing tough, in there facilitating, doing it, making it hard for Graham. You can't protect him any longer.
Right.
You can usually hide him as the sixth man, but you got Jose is not going to relent. He wants more time. And sooner or later, the Pelicans are going to have to be forced to make a decision. But anyway, like we said, with BI coming back, and I'm anticipating Larry Nance joining them, shortly thereafter, this might indeed help take the pressure off Graham, and hopefully the bench can galvanize as well. So with that being said, that's going to be the end of the show. Listen, I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight on the Pelican Post Game Report. Much love to the fam. We got the TSC Q&A live that'll be going on tonight for our Patreon family members. We'll be covering all the latest news.
You talk about Marcus May, huh? The Saints
a lot
getting
of family
Marcus
members
May.
talking about Marcus May and a few other
New
restructuring.
Deshaun Watson news.
Yeah, we're gonna cover all that on the TSC Q&A live today, our Tuesday stream. So for the family members, feel free to join us. There we'll be firing up the show about maybe 10 to 15 minutes from now. We'll cover all the latest news, notes, and items. I got a lot of stuff to talk about on the show, covering that, and of course Deshaun Watson news, the latest on that. Marcus May and all the several restructurings, additions to the coaching staff, all that will be covered on tonight's episode, TSC Q&A live on Tuesday. Patreon. So if you're not a Patreon or YouTube membership family on the Sports Home, feel free to go to patreon.com/the PRO Media Network and join us. We'll be covering all that stuff over there momentarily. So with that being said, appreciate y'all for joining us. We'll be back in a couple of days to recap the matchup between the Pels and the Spurs as they go on the road to take on the Spurs to get on the right side.
Friday night fight there, boy.
Yeah, we got to get it right there, DC. We got to have it. Ain't no doubt about it. So much love to the flock. I appreciate y'all for chiming in. Go Pels.
Appreciate y'all, you flockers.
You're listening to the Pelicans post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even top flight boxing. So if you're a Who